So today, we're going to take a look at an app called HappyKava. And yeah, on the surface, it looks like it just helps you find a deal on a drink. But if you look under the hood, it's actually a masterclass in behavioral design. It's a whole system built to shape your daily routine, from that first cup in the morning to where you end up kicking back at night. Let's break down how they pull it off. You know, it all starts with this one simple question. A question that pretty much everyone in the Kava community asks, well, almost every single night. It sounds easy enough, but this one little decision point, it actually creates a huge headache for both the people looking for a place to chill and the bars waiting for them to show up. For us, it's that classic decision fatigue, right? You're scrolling, texting friends, trying to guess the vibe, the specials, who's going to be there. But then you flip the coin, and for the bar owners, it's just total unpredictability. One night it's a ghost town, the next they're slammed. That kind of uncertainty makes running a business incredibly difficult. And that's exactly where HappyKava's big idea comes into play. See, it's not just another app. It's a whole system. It's an engine designed to solve that empty seats problem by ever so gently nudging the behavior of the entire community, making the whole night way more predictable for everybody. Okay, so how does this whole system actually work? Well, it gets its hooks in you pretty much the moment you wake up. The app starts by building a simple morning ritual with what they call the first cup of the day program. The psychology here is brilliant, and it's simple. It's all about creating a habit loop. The cue, that morning thought, man, I could really use some kava. The routine, you open the app. And the reward, locking in that first discounted cup. It's designed to make HappyKava the very first thing you think about when you start your day. And what's really clever is how they make this whole process dead simple. It's always the same 3 steps, no matter what deal it is. You spot it, you tap to claim it, and then you show up to redeem it. This consistent loop removes all the friction, making it this effortless thing you just do. And this is the hook that pulls you in. Lock in your first cup, one tap. It's so powerful because it has everything: speed, simplicity, and this little hint of scarcity. You're not just browsing anymore, you're acting to secure something for yourself. And that tiny little commitment is what kicks off the whole cycle for the day. Okay, so they've got you hooked in the morning. How did they keep you locked in for the rest of the day? Well, they use the exact same mechanic to help you plan your night, and it's all built around this one core concept they call the deal pass. So let's break this down. What exactly is a deal pass? Just think of it like the engine for the whole system. It's not just a coupon, it's more like a digital reservation for a deal. When you claim it, you feel like you own it, and that time limit creates a totally natural sense of urgency to go use it. Now this right here is the really genius part. For you, the user, it just feels like you're snagging a great deal. No biggie. But for the bar owner, every single one of those claimed passes is a golden piece of data, a clear signal of who's planning to come in. It turns a passive browser into a committed customer and helps them actually predict how busy they're going to be. And this all feeds right into the main promise of their evening program, which they call Always Happy Hour. The message couldn't be simpler or more powerful. Why guess about happy hour when you can guarantee yourself a deal right now with just one tap on your phone? But wait, the system gets even more targeted. HappyKava uses another program to solve one of the biggest headaches for any bar owner. You know that slow, quiet period right when they open? Yeah, they tackle that early evening lull head on. They call it Fill First Seats, and the name says it all, right? The whole goal is to get people in the door the second they unlock it. And how do they do it? By creating a race-to-arrive dynamic. They basically gamify the quietest part of the night and turn it into the hottest ticket in town. And the messaging here is all about scarcity and making you feel special. Be one of the first 10 in the door. First seats go fast. By capping the offer to just a handful of people, they create this powerful psychological trigger that gives you a real reason to change your plans and show up early. All right, so the app's done its job. You're convinced, you're walking through the door. Now what? Well, the last piece of this puzzle is making the actual in-person redemption process totally smooth and seamless. They handle this with a feature called Quick Check-in. It's super slick. Using your phone's location, the app basically knows when you're near the bar and pops up the check-in button for you. It's all about getting rid of that last little bit of awkwardness at the most critical moment. Now, obviously, with a system like this, you gotta stop people from cheating, right? And HappyKava has some seriously clever little tricks built in to do just that. The redemption screen has things like a unique security emoji and a changing color of the day, which are tough to fake.
Plus, they use rotating QR codes, so you can't just screenshot a deal and pass it around.
And what's really cool is that this whole system gives a ton of control back to the bars themselves. They have this check-in control center where owners can customize exactly how check-ins work for their own place, whether it's just a quick visual check or strict QR code scan. It's designed to be flexible enough for any workflow. So, when you step back and you look at all these little pieces, the morning routine, the deal passes, the easy check-ins, you start to realize something. This isn't really about saving a few bucks on a drink. It's way, way bigger than that. It's about building a real community. Okay, so HappyKava calls this a community-first discovery and in-person activation system. I know, that's a mouthful of buzzwords, but what it really means is that the deals are just the bait. The real goal is to get people to find new places and then actually show up in person, because that's how you build a real-world community. Their whole brand is built around this simple 5-step loop, this cycle. You discover a new spot, the app helps you decide to go, you lock in a deal, you physically show up, and the whole experience is designed to be so smooth that you want to repeat it all over again. It just feeds itself. And they're not stopping there. They're planning features like a real-time vibe check so you can see how busy a place is right now, and even tools for planning Kava-themed trips. It's all about going deeper and weaving the app into the very fabric of the culture. So in the end, this whole breakdown leaves you with a really interesting question to chew on. Can you actually engineer a stronger, more connected community just by shaping these tiny daily habits, like the simple act of tapping a button for your morning drink? HappyKava is betting everything that the answer is yes.